So it was, I was literally in Utah. And I was up late the night before, and the next morning I had to be up super early to get on the plane to fly back to Michigan. And I stopped at a coffee place, and I asked for a triple red eye, which is 3 shots of espresso and a cup of coffee. And she said, and I quote, "Would you like a quad shot?" And I reached across the counter and I said, "Marry me." And her response was later, she went, "Well, this is very sudden. Let's start with the coffee." And we did not get married or even really talk again. But I got a 4-shot red eye out of the deal. Hi, I'm Father Joe Krupp, pastor at Holy Family in Grand Blanc at St. Mark and Goodrich, and I'm here to answer your questions. All right, next question. I'm incapable of doing this right side up. Now, did I say it right this time? Upside right, right? I don't know. What would it take to ask all of the church to pray for infertility within marriages in the intention at every Mass? I feel very little support from the church on this topic. You know what's interesting? My last assignment, a great majority of my parishioners, a great majority, worked in the prison system as corrections officers or different things. And it was astounding as you talk to them. I don't know, I never hear anyone pray for them. And here they are, a very key role in our society. And as soon as they made me aware of that, I started making it a part of my ministry. And I think this is the same type thing, obviously not with jobs, but with a particular wound that we just need help remembering. That this is important to pray for all those who struggle with infertility. And I'd encourage you to approach your priest about it. Like, I'm going to start looking at this now because it's not something I've thought of except when people come in and ask me to pray personally, which I've done a lot, just did last week. So thanks for the heads up. And if you're not a parishioner here at Holy Family or St. Mark, I'd encourage you to let your pastor know lovingly. We're all doing our best, but just say, hey, it'd be a good thing for us to make sure and pray for those who struggle with infertility. I think that's a great idea. Thank you. And I'm sorry you feel so little support. Just know this. If you start receiving support and it helps, then try to be that support to others. It can really be a blessed thing when being ministered to turns into ministering, But, all right. So, next. It is upside down. Okay, is it normal to be afraid to die? Oh, I hope so, because even Jesus was, right? Remember that in the garden? There is in our hearts, hopefully, a great faith and hope in the resurrection. But there's probably, hopefully, also an recognition that we don't deserve heaven, that there's nothing we can do to deserve heaven, that this is Jesus offering us a gift. So is it okay to be afraid to die? Is it normal? Yeah. What would be abnormal is if we weren't. So each time it comes to your heart, give that to the Lord. And you know who else? St. Joseph. Ask St. Joseph to pray for you about this fear. Not that it's an evil, but just that God uses it for its glory. If we live as people who are cognizant of our death, then it might help us live a little more passionately and a little bit more correctly. All right, we got one question left. Let's see what we got. And I got it right. Why does the priest bow at the name of the Blessed Virgin Mary? I do that just because I'm googly for her. That in the Eucharistic prayer, when I say our mother's name, I bow. And it's a sign of reverence and respect and gratitude and affection. My gosh, think about it. She said yes, and we got Jesus. And I can't even think about it with one of these coming up. So that's why I do. I don't know that it's in the ritual. I know it's in the ritual for Marian feasts, but I do it every time I pray Mass, just because she's Mama and she rocks. So, thank you for these wonderful questions. Don't forget, we'll take more of them. All you got to do is go to the Church of the Holy Family Facebook page and submit those questions, and we'll get right after them. Thanks for all your support on these videos. We're having a great time, and I'm glad that you're finding them helpful. Hope you have a beautiful day. God bless.